But speaking of Dhurandhar, it's going to be the highest grossing film, like in a Hindi film in history. And big
Mm.
moment
In
for
history, Hindi film in history.
history. Yeah, Dhurandhar Part 1. And
There's a part two.
a really, really big day for Akshay Khanna, of course. And a very big day for people who are bald. So I wanted to get you into the conversation. And I wanted you to talk about, like, what it means for bald culture going ahead. A word on your fellow comrade Akshay Khanna. I think with a wig, he really could do things.
He really could do things. He looked a little too thin though. Like the wig made him look like he was thinner than normal. But I
Hmm.
think the bald villain era is kind of now on the back burner with these
Hmm.
really good like toupees and wigs coming in.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think it's gonna do for the bald community what Pusha Bras did for the boob community.
Hmm. Yeah.
Insane though. And so weird too. But what have you been watching these days? What like in the past 2, 3 weeks since we last spoke, top two movies that you really liked that you've watched out of all the
Us-
movies.
Um, I like Sentimental Value. I really, really enjoyed that one. It was a very, um, I don't know. It was one of those experiences where I was just quiet while watching the movie after a very long time. And
Mm,
I thought it was like, even though it was accessible, there were a lot of difficult themes that not really processed fully when it comes to that film. And yeah, it's one of those movies that I really want to rewatch. Because I think from the first viewing, what I could take away was that was the performances. Like Stellan Skarsgård is amazing,
so
and
good.
yeah, of course the leads, both the leads. But Stellan Skarsgård was something that really, was a difficult performance and a difficult part. I thought, to draw
Mm.
empathy from and all of that. So that and yeah, I'm really enjoying more and more movies on Oslo. Yeah, I think Joachim Trier does that genre
Oh,
quite
he's
well.
fantastic.
There's a
He's
Oslo
so
genre now,
good.
and I think it's really cool.
It's a genre of its own. Oslo genre. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Like we have Bombay
That's
genre as well,
nice.
no?
Yeah. What is the
Yeah.
last Bombay genre movie that you actually liked watching?
Oh my God. So
And
recently
it's
I
not
watched.
just because it's like set in Bombay, like four more shots. It's just like in Bombay. It's like some
Yeah.
weird knockoff of Sex and the City, but an actual movie like which is Bombay genre, like truly.
So not a movie, but I watched a show. It's on Sony Live. It's called Raat Jawan Hai. And it's again, yeah, don't the title, I know it sounds a little off, but it's a slice of life kind of a show. And it's actually
Hmm.
about like three friends who are dealing with the whole idea of being parents. And it's like set in Bombay, and they meet at a bus stop every day down for ice cream and everything. And the show like has deep things to say but doesn't really intensify it, and I kind of like that. So it had like, uh, deep hard hitting themes, but I thought the punch was a little light, and I think I quite enjoyed
Hmm.
that. And great
Nice.
performances.
Who's in it?
There's Varun Softi, there's Anjali Anand, who's fantastic. And
Hmm.
Varun Softi's actually been on two of these slice of life Bombay uh,
Tu
pieces.
Hai Mera
One,
Sunday and
Tu
this
Hai Mera
one?
Sunday is another fantastic one. And it's the same
Yeah.
tonality. Yeah? His character is quite different, but it's the same like
Hmm.
uh, tone, which I really enjoy. I think it's very wholesome. And I feel it's quite underrated because the show didn't get a lot of traction. And
Mm-hmm.
Sumit Vyas is the one who directed it. And he's done a very
Oh,
nice,
nice.
sensitive job. I quite liked it. I think definitely a show that I would recommend. But in films, yeah, I don't think after Bombay genre, yeah, I think last I really
Been
enjoyed
a
was this
while,
Loot Case
hasn't it?
2021. Loot Case would have been the last one.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that was, yeah, 2021. That was like 4, 5 years ago. Uske baad to I don't remember a movie like set in Bombay which feels also Bombay. I mean, these days Bombay also doesn't feel Bombay sometimes, but that's a whole
Mumbai. Boss.
Mumbai,
Hmm.
Mumbai,
Yeah.
Navi Mumbai.
हाँ,
But
न्यू बॉम्बे.
New Bombay, yes.
वो गरीब लोगों को भी थोड़ा वो लोअर परेल को कैसा
अरे
अपर
bro,
वर्ली
but
कर
our
देता
parents,
है.
our parents call it New Bombay.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's a thing. And
Yeah,
I
I
used to
still like New Bombay.
say, I love New Bombay. I used to call it New Bombay, and then a lot of these like college friends of mine from undergrad, they were like, "What are you saying?" I'm like, "It's called New Bombay," and they're like, "No, it's not." I'm like,
No,
"Shut up,
were
you're
they
from
from Breach
Delhi."
Candy? Oh, okay, they're from Delhi. तो क्या मालूम ये
Yeah,
लोग को?
you're from
ये
like
लोग के पास तो
Noida sector,
गुड़गांव है.
whatever. तेरे को क्या
Oh no.
मालूम? It's just so weird.
इन लोग को क्या
But
मालूम?
yeah, I stopped calling it New Bombay a
Out of
long time ago.
peer
Once in a
peer
while I
pressure.
do though.
Peer pressure हो गया बहुत.
No, yeah, I guess peer pressure, but it's okay. I still call it like once in a while I'll call it New Bombay. Otherwise, I just say ke like Apna Seawoods, Vashi.
हम्म.
It's yeah, it's our
अपना सीवुड्स आई थिंक कोई
locality.
इंटरनेट पे आज तक बोला नहीं है ये. बट अच्छी बात है. बोल रहे लोग तो मतलब अच्छी
There
बात है.
is a meme page on Seawoods. Okay, I don't know if it's called Reptiles
ह्यूमंस
of
ऑफ
Seawoods
सीवुड्स.
or
सब केमिस्ट शॉप
it's
जा
just
रहे
a bunch of it's just a bunch of douchebags from NRI complex.
हैं. ओके.
Humans. I don't know. I'm just man. अभी तो उसके बाजू में अदानी भी आ रहा है. Seawoods is about to become more insufferable.
मतलब अभी और क्या बचा है? वैसे भी वाशी कोई जाता नहीं है. वाशी वाले भी आजकल चेंबूर आ जाते हैं, तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? सब इधर ही है अभी. डू यू कॉल बैंगलोर बैंगी
Chembur,
एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट?
I don't call it bangi. I have a friend who calls it bangi, and I'm like, it's just be glad we're friends. That's it.
Ah, okay.
But he hasn't been banging Bangalore in a while, so
He's not been
yeah,
banging anyone in
it's
Bangalore.
out.
Why? He's in Mysore.
He's
Mysore
not
baddies.
calling it he's not calling it bangi these days anymore. Hopefully, thank God. At least not around me. Maybe he's scared of me. I don't know.
हाँ,
But
तो
yeah.
तेरे को जैसा नवी
Uh,
मुंबई के लिए बुली किया वैसा. न्यू
मैंने
बॉम्बे.
किया था उसको प्रॉब्लम. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
So the
Yeah,
cycle just
100%.
continues, and no one really gets to do what they want. That's the whole point, right?
No one does, do they?
Hmm.
Especially these days. Yeah. I don't I'm indifferent to Govinda at this point.
Why?
And I
That's so
think
mean.
no, it's not. I think my era of dancing to Govinda songs also at 2 in the morning is kind of over. I
Oh, you
am,
did that. That's why.
everyone did it. We've all done it. No?
I've
You've
never
not done
danced to
it.
a Govinda song. यार. मतलब इतना drunk कभी नहीं
How
हुआ है.
come?
Not a Govinda song, man. I'm not from UP.
It's a thing. It's like you go to a house party or any party, but hopefully house party. And after 2 a.m., like Bollywood will play, and then after a while,
Hmm.
it's inevitably Govinda.
The parties
तो
I
बजता
went
ही है
to,
यार.
मैं तो शाहरुख खान का गाने के बाहर नाचा नहीं हूँ कभी.
ब्रो तू सच्ची जेंजी है.
हाँ सच्ची गोविंदा का गाना ओनली आई नो इन द रूम. बाकी सब लोग आर नॉट फकिंग विद दैट.
Bro, that is, oh wow, that is so scary.
That's why
Like
Govinda is
I'm
still
scared for
with
your
me.
generation.
And you've left Govinda.
Dude, I can't fathom a house party without a Govinda song, like at wee hours of the morning. Unless you're like partying with these rich kids type of people who'll only play like ambient music, or they'll play jungle only, or they'll play like Masego, Siraf,
या कोई पार्टी में
you
ड्रेक
know?
बज रहा है ना, भागो. नहीं नहीं जाने का वो
Yeah.
पार्टी में. वहां पे
I
कोई
think
अच्छे लोग नहीं मिलेंगे.
the last house party where Drake played was in 2018, and it was in Lonavala, and I was 24. Since then, I have actively avoided house parties and situations where there was a possibility of Drake playing. Like
या
it's not happened, touch wood. Like I'm so glad for it.
या
Yeah, but it
why
was
would you
that
play
time,
that?
it was the Hotline Bling era. So everyone was playing that. and it was on your playlist. Even if you didn't like Drake, that song was there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Drake got pretty
Hmm.
far looking like a Pokemon.
He does not look like a Pokemon, does
He
he?
does. The teeth and the hair and the beard, बीच में randomly बाल आ जाते हैं. It's a Pokemon.
He looks like an ethnic Vin Diesel, but he doesn't look like a Pokemon.
Vin Diesel himself is ethnic. ना?
तो उसका that's the thing. आप chronology
ethnic
समझिए.
ethnic square. अच्छा वैसा.
Ethnic square. But Drake has the face of an aloo. So his face shape is like very aloo-like. Like a nice potato.
You remember those
Yeah.
वो frozen smileys आते थे ना potato वाले.
हाँ, अभी भी आते हैं. मैं तो अभी भी खाऊं
He
अगर
has
कोई
the
बना
same
के
smile.
खिलाएगा मेरे को तो.
He has the same smile. Always the same smile.
He does. He so does though. He does have that smile. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. No, but after Kendrick made him irrelevant, like I mean before that also, I never like I was also again indifferent to Kendrick. I think on this episode we're just talking about a lot of
Pop
boys that
culture.
I'm indifferent to,
Hmm.
pop culture boys that I'm indifferent to. So Govinda, Drake, Govinda's music not indifferent. So Anu Malik, shout out to you.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Also, David Dhawan for actually shooting those songs because Govinda would not
yes.
arrive on time.
Oh yeah. This podcast is becoming more about anything else but
This
Govinda.
podcast is about
Where is he
Govinda.
now?
He's throughout the podcast, he's in spirit everywhere. You said you've given up on Govinda, but look at us, we're just still talking about Govinda.
I know, right?
I know.
But speaking of like slapstick comedies and
Mhm.
just brain dead, like fun brain dead stuff, did you
Ah,
watch Happy?
I did watch Happy Patel, and I would like to know why you enjoyed that movie.
You did not?
What was that movie, dude? Are you kidding
It
me?
was brain rot. It was full ekdam beja khali movie.
It
And it's
was,
something you'll
sorry, please.
my review, everyone,
I'm all
of
yours.
Happy Patel is if you are bored on a Sunday evening and you don't want to watch a thriller or a drama or even a Marvel superhero slop movie, but you just want to laugh and have a good time without thinking at all. And then after watching that movie, you want to eat and hog to your heart's content and then go to bed so that you don't have to like worry about Monday morning, but you're just like gonna go to bed like early-ish. Then you watch Happy Patel. Like that's the chronology, and this is what the chronology I followed when I watched the movie too. We went to the theater, it was jam-packed, lots of laughs, everyone was having a great time. And then we come home, we eat a bunch of shit, and then we just go to bed. Like
Hmm.
no thinking at all, switch your brain off. Monday को सोचेंगे क्या करना है life के साथ. And that's Happy Patel for you. It's supposed to be that stupid and that dumb, but yeah, I think a lot of people didn't really like it because it was like maybe too dumb, or yeah, it just maybe didn't hit the right note for them. I had a great time. I was like, I won't rewatch it soon. Maybe in like a couple of years, ऐसे TV पे आ रही होगी, I'll give it a shot. But yeah, for the 2 hours of full time pass, it did its job. So yeah, why
Hmm.
didn't you like it though, Karan?
So, like,
What was missing in the
क्या
I don't know
क्या
why I'm doing
क्या
this.
क्या रसगुल्ला क्या है? तो some deep word you wanted to say, but वो आया नहीं ना बराबर से.
नहीं है.
तो
नहीं.
मूंगफली ऐसा निकाल के दे दिया. So this podcast is proof that I love brain rot and I love dumb comedy. Okay, this like, but what I felt with Happy Patel was that it was one of those really bad YouTube sketches that you get to see after AIB started, doing their sketch, and everyone thought that, I can also do something comedy. So in that way, I appreciate that Happy Patel exists, but it's really off, like by a beat or two when it comes to the comedic elements, is what I thought. Like,
Hmm.
so there was this, ek to, like, Veer Das probably needs to act a little better or sell the situation a little better, because he was just blank at times. It was just Veer Das doing a bit in a film, rather than, it being about Happy Patel being in that situation. Like, I didn't see that. And that brought me out of the movie a little bit, because probably I'm a little biased towards Veer Das as an actor. But
You don't
again,
like him as an actor, or do
I
you
think he's
like him?
passable. I think, like, the writing, especially the writing, has really good observation, but it really doesn't deliver. It doesn't deliver the comedic punch that I wanted it to deliver. And I think the audience that I watched it with, even they were kind of bored. Like, sure, there's some things that are very, like, funny, haha, ooh, smart, that's a good wordplay. Aisa moments tha. But beyond that, I really felt that the movie dragged on a already stale bit for very long time. I think I would have
Hmm.
enjoyed it if it was like under 15 minutes, but the nutty bit didn't have anything more apart from his own version of the cultural commentary that he wants to do. And I think
That's true.
it could use more, less of him and more of the comedic elements.
Yeah, he's a great observational comedian.
Yeah,
Acting is thoda hit or miss with him,
yeah,
but it was still fun. Like I get what you mean. I think it got dragged on a little too long. There was a point where I was like, "ये खत्म नहीं हो रहा. खत्म
yeah,
हो जाना चाहिए था अभी." But then it went on for another 20 minutes.
yeah,
So that was a little strange. In fact, like the cook-off scene in the end, it was fun. Like on paper, I can imagine why that would have been a lot of fun to wanna shoot, but
yeah,
it just went on for a little too long, and then end एकदम ऐसे ही end हो गया, and I was like, अच्छा, okay, cool, but ठीक है यार. I mean, these movies are meant to be थोड़ा like this only, so I mean, like, okay, let's be honest. Instead of watching a Dhurandhar, I'd rather watch a Happy Patel. I know they're not the
mm,
same genre. I know they're not the same subject matter at all. But like where I am vis-a-vis like Bollywood movies right now, I'd rather watch a brain dead Happy Patel comedy instead of like something super serious, or like even a Border 2. Like Border 2 ka trailer played before the movie, and I was like, not my cup of tea right now. Like I'm not in the headspace to be wanna watching these kind of movies. So I
mm,
think with Happy Patel, there is an entire audience that is still craving like really silly stuff where you are not over analyzing anything. Even if it's getting a little boring, it's fine. There is still a little bit of payoff. There's really dumb jokes, like stupid ass jokes. But I think, yeah, we are craving that sort of Priyadarshan, David
yeah,
Dhawan sort of an era of comedy movies where even those movies were little like hit or a miss only once in a while. But
yeah,
we still have such fond memories of it.
yeah.
And no one has been doing it for the past like 10 years or something. So
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm. Felt like a breath
So,
of fresh. So okay, this is what happened with Animal and that other Shahid Kapoor movie. वो कौन सा था? What was that Shahid
Kabir
Kapoor
Singh.
movie? Yeah, so this is what happened with Kabir Singh and Animal. Everyone was like, हाँ subject matter थोड़ा problematic है, लेकिन आप cinematography देखिए. Like cinematography is so good, the acting is so good, camera
Hmm.
work, music was so good. Same thing happened with Dhurandhar also.
Huh.
Everyone in my circle was like, you know what? I mean, I don't personally condone the message or the political angle taken in this movie, but it's so beautiful to look at. Like, oh my God, the camera work is so good, and the music is really good, and Ranveer Singh was really good, and I'm like, where have we come as a culture that we are now defending all of this? Like, why? It's okay. You
Hmm.
don't have to start off your review by saying, I don't condone it, and it's okay. It's fine. If you liked it, you liked it. This is no big deal to you're not going to be judged if you liked a movie which was politically a certain way. It's fine. But I hate that like everyone is now talking in this language where
Yeah.
we don't really personally do this in our life. Having said that, no, no one's asking, and it's okay. You can just very freely say how you
Yeah.
feel about a movie as well, Yeah.
Yeah. I think,
So
look, fiction, we take it too seriously nowadays.
we take it very seriously, and I think, yeah, it's just we need to sort of chill out. We need to just be able to watch a movie, like even for example, sentimental value. For a lot of people, maybe personally, it would resonate with them.
Hmm.
It is one of those movies that just speaks universally to you, and there are like, quite a
Hmm.
few emotions in there, right?
Hmm.
Um, I mean, you don't really. I mean, you sit with it, yes, but you're not gonna like make a big song and dance about it. Like you're gonna
Hmm.
say, I mean, people like if I had to talk about sentimental value, I would go about saying, love the movie, gets a little heavy at times, so like a bit of a warning there, but it's so beautiful, blah 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 blah, and then move on with my life. But in India, I think movies become such a movement, and culturally they're such an influence. We don't really think of us and ourselves outside of this part of the culture that we live in, which is movies and Bollywood and celebrity culture especially. So yeah, it's like it just keeps becoming a part of our like everyday conversations, and honestly it's a little tiring, but I see why people do it.
Hmm. I think people are just scared. I don't think they hold the opinions that they are talking about. It's more about like, if you like a certain movie, then your social status can be lowered if you like that movie.
Mm.
And that's a bigger fear than actually speaking about the movie, or speaking about your own opinion about the film, is what I've observed, especially when talking around circles, where I've also liked some films which I personally view only as films and nothing more. But
Hmm.
I know how
Hmm.
it can impact other people differently. And I respect that as well. And both can coexist together. And, me liking a particular film does not mean that I associate with the same politics. It can just mean that I enjoy a piece of fiction. But that nuanced conversation, I feel, will be difficult to have, because I think more and more people are interested in excluding a certain segment of the population that they consider lower than themselves. And that
Always.
attitude
Yeah.
is, I think, really not going to shift anytime soon. So I think it will just morph into something else to signal social status. Like, like in the French, they talk about the bourgeois, and the other I think the same just goes on and morphs into different things, and this is just another aspect of it. But I do believe that people should not take film so seriously, so that people are also allowed to speak what they want to speak. Tomorrow, if someone wants to make a fucked up film, let them, and that should not be like a broader cultural statement for an Indian, because that's a very
Hmm.
big category of people and big umbrella of people, to represent.
Yeah. You said that people shouldn't take it so seriously and people shouldn't be so like influenced, but India में होता है यार, like you can't help but see that there is, I mean, of course, it's a reality that there is a world beyond us, beyond Chembur, beyond Seawoods and Thane and like just these cities, right? And
Hmm.
people when they watch a movie, they get influenced. Like they will go and watch a border two to feel a certain way, maybe a way that they're already feeling, or um, something new like that they'll get influenced by. And it's a
Hmm.
very real thing with us. Like it's the parasocial relationships that we have in India with anyone famous, especially
Hmm.
celebrities, is just super strong. Like we are a little crazy like that. It's I mean a parallel would be like how K-pop fans really function and
Hmm.
feel. But Yeah, it's you can't really change it. It's too ingrained. So it's something
Hmm.
Tapsi Pannu in one interview said very well. Ki like if you go watch Gone Girl, you're not gonna act like Rosamund Pike after you watch it. But इंडिया में आदमी but the men in India are such that if they go watch an animal or a Kabir Singh, वो फर्क पड़ेगा उनको. They will either get a justification to act like that or they'll find a new feeling that they never knew existed within them, and then they'll use that and behave the way that they do. So yeah, I mean, there was a time where some really cool movies were coming out, and they also had like a little bit of social messaging in them, and they were doing so well, right? Like there was this whole, uh,
The
if
Ayushman
we had,
genre.
sure, like Vicky Donor was great in that sense.
Shubh Mangal Savdan.
Also fantastic, and it wasn't so long ago either.
Yeah.
Also this one with
ये ना बोलने के मेरे को भी
Rajkumar
कार्ड.
Rao and Bhumi Pednekar, the movie that they did.
It's called Badhai Do.
Badhai, yeah,
Do.
yeah. So good. It was so good and flew under the radar. But it was
Yeah.
so good. It was such
Very
a
good
nice
film.
movie. And it was an actual like romantic comedy also in some sense. A very
Yeah.
sweet movie
Very
also.
sweet one. I know.
But yeah, I mean, I think they didn't market it enough. There were a couple of issues, but there
They were
has
doing
been
quite
this,
well for a like all of these films from 2014. I think it started with Bareli Ki Barfi till the pandemic.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
really, Ayushman was really killing it. And I think pandemic ke baad wo sab, uh, in our heads also these films got categorized under like something we'll watch at home rather than go to the theater for. And that's what has happened because like event films took over massively for a few years till now. And I
Mm.
think until the last, I think Dhurandhar was the last non-event film, I would say, which is like proper piece of writing and fiction, is the one that's done well. But otherwise, I think mid-range films have really died. And
But it's kind of sad, isn't it? Like, so the association with movies like Bareli Ki Barfi and Stree, the first three as well,
Stree was a big
it
hit.
got
Oh.
first three was again like Baap movie. It was so
Yeah.
good and
Yeah.
like it was a great movie. It got categorized into these like progressive movies, but coming out of like tier two India, like it first got categorized as tier two
Tier
India
two.
ka cinema.
Yeah.
Like small town may, the kind of dynamics you have, the kind of conversations, the cadence around it, etc., the
Yeah.
comedy around it as well. And then during the pandemic, for some odd reason, everyone now is of the mind after pandemic, sorry, that if you
Hmm.
have to create an event film, a film
Yeah.
again categorized as something that will make people want to get out of their homes,
Hmm.
has to be something to do with a very strong emotion. And now in our climate, the emotion is something political or little religious or action. Like these are the only like three broad categories. And I think horror maybe, but I think this again,
Hmm.
like Western movies are doing a lot better in horror in that regard. Being like these event movies to go to. But I don't know why there's been this association with like just these three very like basic emotions categorized as something that you can make a big movie out of that'll actually make people want to go to the theater and watch it. One of the reasons why also I'm really glad that a Happy Patel was in theaters first, because and even the Amir Khan movie before this, Sitare Zameen Par, I'm glad they didn't go the OTT route and actually went for the theater, because you need something a bit more positive, a bit more just nicer to want to watch with a group of other people. And this is something Skarsgård during his Golden Globe speech said so well. He's like, when you are in a theater in a dark room, I'm paraphrasing, but when you're in a dark room with a bunch of other strangers, it's like you're feeling the same pulse. It's like you're feeling it's a collective experience, and that's a dying art form, and we need to do something to prevent it. Which I'm glad movies like Durandar are, but I wish that there was something beyond that as well. Like I would cry, and I would love for a rom-com that would just be in theaters. And I'm glad that Imran Khan is also coming back. I don't know what kind of movie he's doing now with his comeback movie, but I hope it's something nice and light and kind of fun, just like simple
Hmm.
fun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I think we also, as an audience, we abandoned this type of movie for a little bit. Because I remember, I think Badhai Do was also in theaters for a bit. And so were a lot of the, Anubhav Sinha movies, like Anek.
Yeah.
No one went for them. Um, Even Happy Patel,
I
actually, if I,
recently, but
sorry.
I recently learned that Thappad didn't perform well at the box office. It didn't make as much money,
वो
if I'm
बीच में
not
पैंडेमिक आ
wrong.
गया था उसका.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Yeah, बीच में it was I think 2020 only. Yeah. So Thappad, yeah, but that whole Thappad was such a fantastic film, I thought. But
Yeah.
I also feel like these days, a lot of people, a lot of critics also don't talk about these films with the same regard that they
Mm-hmm.
used to. I like a movie like Thappad has kind of left public discourse, whereas movies like Stree have still continued, and Vicky Donor is also still relevant. But I thought Thappad was also equally strong. Article 15, although slightly dicey in terms of representation, but still strong. I thought that there was a
Mm-hmm.
statement that was being made. Um, yeah, because like even Shujit Sarkar's movie, which was, oh yeah, I Want to Talk, also was another film that was released in theaters,
Oh,
but
yeah.
no one went for it. I think a lot of like the mid-range consuming city urban audience, they have moved to streaming and HBO Max and all of these places where content is of a quality where English speakers or people who think in English find it easy to consume, rather than I know like a couple of friends of mine who grew up in Bombay all their lives, and उनको कुछ कुछ उर्दू वर्ड्स नहीं समझ में आता है, लाइक गानों में ये सब, एंड हिंदी भी मतलब इतना इतना इम्पेकेबल नहीं है जितना एक बॉलीवुड मूवी एक्चुअली डिमांड करता है. सो मे बी दैट्स व्हाई बॉलीवुड आल्सो
Mm-hmm.
वेंट फुल इनटू द tier 2, or catering to that a different population kind of a space.
Hmm. You know what I feel?
Yeah.
I don't think a it's a gap in the audience not wanting to consume this kind of content, even something as serious as Thappad in the theater.
Mm.
I honestly, and this is such a stupid statement to make, but it's true. It's now I feel all in the marketing. Cutting a trailer and doing a bunch of appearances and even like a couple of campaigns on social media is just not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah,
across
that's
the
true.
globe. Like I think Barbie was like this big sort of
Yeah.
watershed moment for everyone to think, oh, we could have done so many things to actually promote the movie. And marketing isn't, again, it's not just about promotion and junket interviews, it's about perception. Like if you as a
Yeah.
moviegoer perceive that, oh, this something I would want to watch in the theater, if you're able to like sort of instill that thought in us, it really works wonders. So just being able to sell and position a movie these days, no matter how small budget, no matter how indie, no matter how Marvel it is, you have to like come up with better creative solutions just to be able to pitch it to viewers. And again, coming back to Happy Patel, they did a lot of like fun stuff with marketing. I think
Yeah.
they did a campaign where for college students, it was like a 50% off on the ticket or something like that. And then a lot of like wacko stuff happening on social media. This just sparked great word of mouth to the
Hmm.
point where when it released, people were like, "अच्छा ये weekend क्या करें? कुछ time pass करना है, Happy Patel." Like the association was just so quick.
Hmm.
I think movies now need to really up their game in terms of marketing and just what they are
Hmm.
doing in terms of, you know, positioning it just to the audience also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
I think Happy
I
Patel was a very strongly marketed film, that's for sure, because it really reached the Veer Das audience, which is urban centers, English
Yeah.
speaking, mainly those people. But I was
You know
looking to
what they
see
did? One of the things that they did, and this was all over my feed, so I know this is again my
the stand-up
perspective, but I
comedy
guess
ticket.
N- no, 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 no. So they got that mentalist, the girl who's a very popular mentalist.
Yeah,
They got her to do a quick little bit during one of their panel, like one of their
with
promotional
Imran
events. So it was
Khan.
Amir Khan. Yeah, it was Amir Khan, Imran Khan, Veer Das, and she like basically read everyone's mind. That's what went viral. And then they also did like a little Amir and Veer did like a quick sketch sort of a thing right
Yeah,
before the trailer had come out.
yeah.
Which also worked really well because like, there was meta, it like played into the concept of the movie too. So
Hmm.
these were the bits that actually went viral, and that's how I found out about the movie. And I was like, okay, cool, this is fun. But yeah, that's what I remember. And that's how the movie reached me. So I guess it worked. Yeah.
So I was just looking up the figures for Happy Patel. So like
Mm.
mid-range movie like this, usually if I look at like a movie like Pink, or if I look at a movie like Phone Booth even, they usually do like
Yeah.
30, 40 crores. This has crossed the 6 crore mark. So the audience size, I believe, for this kind of film has shrunk considerably. Or maybe
Mm.
like because everyone I know has watched that Amir and Veer ka sketch. It was a brilliant sketch, and I don't think most of the people showed up for the film. And this is where I feel film critics should be coming in, which is that, like if there is a film that's struggling or maybe needs a little bit of a push, critics who love the film, especially, I feel should give it more of a push through their channel at least. I don't see a lot
Mm.
of critics rallying behind it, even though they liked it. Like, I think someone like Rahul Desai did enjoy this film quite a bit. But I still don't see the marketing push from them. Like it's like they're not really official marketing, but in a way, like a film critic for a good film, especially, can do that, can do those wonders. So I don't know why that sort of culture really doesn't exist here. Maybe because
I'll
a
tell
lot
you
of people don't
something.
take critics seriously.
On the critics note itself, so do you think a Karan Desai for an
Rahul
average
Desai.
Rahul Desai, sorry, for an average moviegoer in a Bangalore or a Bombay, even a Pune, do you think he's relatable? Don't think
What
as
did
yourself. Think as like an average Joe. Do you think Desai is relatable to
No,
just an average? Yeah.
I don't think
I
so.
like the in the whole critics space as well, things are changing so much, right? Like there used to be a point where Anupama
But
Chopra used to
Anupama
like
Chopra
follow
is
her
right,
every review.
and she also liked the
She
film.
she liked the film, yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I think over the past 2 3 years, again, like I think pandemic has changed a lot of things, but a lot of these like independent content creators on Instagram and YouTube are coming up, like just like
Like
how there's a
us.
rise of independent like us.
चल
People
रहा है.
must think that we are really rich to be doing it like this. We are not, by the way, in case anyone's wondering.
No, no,
We are
please give
not
us
at all.
money. We'll link the, what is that, Pantheon or whatever account.
Patreon.
Uh, Patreon, sorry. Pantheon, I think कोई building का नाम है. But yeah, that account so that, you can just pay us money so that I can get a mic. Like Apurva's got that dick mic. I'll get a better one.
Yes. To my pseudo esoteric point that I was trying to make, okay, in very in line
Which one?
with
There have been
the
many.
size brand.
अच्छा,
तू चुप कर तू चुप कर
please continue.
There's this, I mean, there's been a rise in like independent journalism where now we don't really look at typical news channels anymore, but we follow people on Twitter and Instagram for our daily news. I feel like with movie critics and movie
Hey,
reviews as
Suza,
well.
Shout out.
Not Faye D'Souza. She's in movies now. She's in shows and
No,
movies,
you said
but
independent journalist, तो मेरे को वही याद आया that everyone follows.
hence proved you are from Bombay.
You know that in the pandemic वो एक I think कोई तो एक चौल में इंटरव्यू किया था and there was this guy बोलता है क्या ये सरकार कुछ नहीं कर रही है, ये नहीं है, पानी नहीं है, रेमो डिसूजा नहीं है, and he wanted to say the that I think रेमेडिसिविर करके वैक्सीन आया था ना, तो उसने बोल दिया
हाँ.
रेमो डिसूजा.
Oh no, why don't I know this? Please send me the link after this.
I will add the clip to the final edit of the podcast. You'll see this clip
I
now.
hope this
500 में सिप्ला कंपनी का इंजेक्शन आ रहा है, रेमडेसिविर जो आ रहा है.
I hope this makes to the final edit. And I hope we get better movie reviewers as well. Like एक तो channel है यार on Instagram. It sounds like some IT company, but they do good reviews. I don't remember the name, but it's like their whole design language is very red and black. But they do good stuff. They edit their videos very well, and they make like really good content on movies and
Right,
on
right,
like
right,
culture.
right.
These are the type of people now other like the audience is gonna listen to. I don't think Desai or there was the other lady also who used to work for Anupama
Sucharita
Chopra.
Tyagi is still huge.
I don't know how huge
How
she
huge
is
she is.
beyond that very small bubble. Like I don't see her impact beyond like the Cannes Berlin Film Festival wala circuit.
Yeah, you're right on that.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just she doesn't have that kind of audience or branding. So for the very middle tier India, a lot of like independent creators and reviewers are coming up, and it's those kind of people everyone listens to.
Yeah, I think
And so if you want to break even as a movie, like you have to now target this kind of marketing.
yeah.
Very like just yes.
Also traditional English content consumption का भी market काफी diversify हो गया है in the sense that regional languages have picked up. So like consuming content in Kannada or in Tamil or in like Gujarati, Marathi, I feel that there might be reviewers that you and me are not aware of that must be doing just regional language में reviews. Maybe that they have the impact. But I think सबसे ज्यादा impact तो वही है जो वो कैमरा लेके थिएटर के बाहर जाते हैं ना, कैसा लगा आपको, कैसा लगा, कैसा लगा, अच्छा है, बेकार है,
swear.
ऐसा है, वैसा है, and तभी
I
बन जाते हैं.
swear. Single
अच्छा से
screen
अच्छा
में
पिक्चर
जाके
बनाया बोलते हैं फकॉल है, and then
things will change. Tech आ जाएगा, अभी फिल्म में भी आ जाएगा Web3. But this one point of premiere night, single screen में खड़ा है वो जर्नलिस्ट और एक
हाँ,
रिपोर्टर उसका कैमरामैन
हाँ,
और वो पूछ रहे हैं and people like unfiltered
इतना
reviews.
पास
Either they're unfiltered or they're just like so conscious of the camera. They just like हाँ अच्छा है. On
प्लेटफॉर्म
that
में इंस
note,
है.
thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Hydrate. Watch Left-Handed Girl. Watch No Other Choice. And yeah, I don't care about Dhurandhar.